Hi everybody, it's Cheryl Brasher with Education for Esperanza. I wanted to show you a couple of different ways that you can use the scissor cutting strips. So this is what they look like right here. This is our Valentine's one that will be going up really soon. So I will tilt the camera down and you guys can see a couple of different ways that you can use them. So as you can see here, I have, this is the full strip right here. So of course what you would do is you can cut it straight down this way or straight across this way. And I have a couple of different versions of this. So I have a large version, which is bigger images. And then I have a smaller, like medium size, and an even smaller one where the cuts are a little bit easier. It typically will take just one cut. So when you cut them, they look like this. So you have strips that look like this. There we go, strips that look like this. Or, like I said, if you cut it up and down, then you have strips, really short strips that look like this. So what you can do, though, is, of course, you can use them the way that I intended them to use, which is for the kids to practice their cutting, so cutting on a line. As you can see, these are a little bit harder because they have multiple cuts that they actually have to make. But then another thing that you can do with these is patterns. So this is another page in that set, but you can create patterns. So you can do it a couple of different ways. You can make a pattern like this. So you cut just a portion of it off, and then they have to complete the pattern. So they see that it's pink and green, green, pink and green, green, and then what comes next, pink and green, and then green. And so they tack that onto the end. So you would laminate this and add this piece. You can also cut all of the pieces individually, and then they can create their own pattern. So this one is just single images, but they can, you know, create their own pattern all the way across like this. Of course, if we were to cut these pieces out, they could do the same thing and create their own little ABC patterns. So we can do this, and they can create their own pattern like so, or like I said, ABC patterns like so, like that. So that's another way that you can use the strips. One thing too, if you make 2 copies of these, let's see if I have another. I don't have another set, but if you have 2 copies of these, then when you could do a differentiated version. So if we cut this one out right here, and then you have this one as a separate one, this is glued down to a strip of construction paper, or it's like you've got these laid out like this, then they can have this as a matching. So they have to match the pattern, and then they Velcro it on top, or they glue it on top. Same thing here. They would glue this one, match that one, and then they could match this one here. So those are just different ways that you can use the cutting strips. They're specifically made to cut, to practice those fine motor skills, and specifically made to practice, you know, that pincer grip and those hand muscles in their scissor cutting practice. But like I said, it is great for patterns, it's great for matching, it's great for all kinds of different things. So I'm currently working on some penguins and some Valentines, and we'll be adding a couple of other things like Groundhog's Day and stuff like that to some of the already themed things that I've got going on. And then I'll also be doing some creating some bundles that are year-round themed growing bundles with some of those activities as well. So yeah, let me know in the comments below what you think that I should add, anything that I should do. What are some ways that you guys are using some of these materials? And as always, don't forget, share, share, share. Remember, as I'm posting things, I'm trying to make sure that the direct link to those items is listed as well. And then let me know some things that you guys are interested in. What is something that you guys are struggling with in your classrooms? And I will do my best to help you guys out. Okay, have a wonderful afternoon, and I will see you guys later.